Hey horror fans, once again, it's the Horror Mighty Gene. Today we're going to talk about Gerald's Game. Now, Gerald's Game is a 2017 psychological horror film. It was directed by Mike Flanagan and written by him and Jeff Howard. And it's based off of a Stephen King novel of the same name, Gerald's Game. It stars Carla Gargano and Bruce Greenwood. They basically play a married couple who decide to rekindle their sex lives and their marriage by going into this secluded house by the lake, or if you want to say cabin in the woods. Yeah, don't get any ideas. It's not that type of movie. But basically what it is just like they decide to rekindle their sex lives and their strained marriage, but something happens and tragedy ensues, and that's basically what the premise of the movie is about. Now, as I stated before, we have Bruce and Jesse Burlingame. They are a married couple. They arrive at a secluded lake house somewhere in Fairhope, Alabama, to rekindle their sex life and try to save their strained marriage. So obviously something is happening on the marriage. They decided to get away and decide to go to this secluded place. And they want to do something different in their sex life. So Gerald decides to play this little game. He's going to handcuff Jesse to the bedpost on, and I guess they're going to do some kinky sex thing. Unfortunately, something happens to him, and yeah, he does die. He croaks right before they get started, and she's there by herself, still handcuffed to the bedpost, and there is no one there to get her out. And that's basically what the premise of the movie is all about, is her struggling to get out of these handcuffs, which she doesn't have the keys. He's dead, and that's basically where the movie lies off after I say about a good 20 minutes when the film begins. Now, this is a Netflix movie that comes highly recommended, just like The Babysitter from mostly all the my YouTube horror family. Most of them really love this movie. They highly recommended me to see it. So I finally got a chance to see it, and this is what I thought about the film. First of all, it's very, very well acted, very well. You got to give props to Carla Gargano. If I'm mispronouncing her name, please let her know, because I know she has a hard name to pronounce. Sorry about that. Like I said before, she does an incredible job. Similar to what Will Smith did in I Am Legend, where she basically has to carry the whole scene by herself at times. Now, there are some hallucinations that she goes through. There is a dog that comes into play, and there's some hallucination that she does as we see her struggle trying to find a way to get out of the situation that she's in, and she does a masterful job of it. We also find out he also has some secrets in his Gerald has some secrets that we find out he has, and she also has some secrets as well. Repressed memories are revealed as we see her struggle trying to find a way to get out get out the situation that she's in. And then we have the dog that's there. He comes into play, and plus some other things that happen throughout the film. I won't spoil anything. You have to see the picture in order I'm pretty sure those who've seen the picture know what I'm talking about. But if you haven't seen it, I'm not going to spoil it. You have to see it in order to understand what I'm talking about. But she really goes through a lot. And like I said, secrets are revealed, repressed memories are revealed, and basically we find out the reason why the marriage are strange that it is. Obviously, she has allowed herself not to be the woman that we expected her to be. That's basically what carries this film. Now, even though Stephen King, and most everyone knows that Stephen King is my favorite author, I've mostly read all of his books, but I have not read this one, so I don't know how much of the source material Mike Flanagan and his partner Jeff Howard took to make this movie, but they've done an excellent job. His direction is very well directed. I like some of the scenes that represent some of her darkness in parts of the movie, especially during the, I would say, second act, and how it represents darkness, and how she basically is supposed to overcome this, and how at the end of the picture that changes over, and that represents her darkness, and now she's out of the darkness. I like how they superimposed that. That was very good. Some little foreshadowing as well. So I really enjoyed that as much as well. Yeah, I really don't have any faults of the movie. It does kind of slow down a bit at times, but it still keeps you engaged, because you start to feel sorry for her and you want to see what happens for her. And like I said before, Carla does a good job in portraying the angst that she's in, and we want to see her get out of the situation that she's in, but we don't know whether or not she is or she isn't, or she has the strength in order to do the things necessary in order for her to get out of the situation. So I love this movie. Very well paced, very well acted, very well written, and very well directed. So on my scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give Gerald's Game an 8. So my horror fans, have you seen Gerald's Game? Have you read the book? If you have read the book, let me know if it borrows heavily from how much of the source material does they that they take from the book does apply in this movie. Leave your comments down in the comment section below and tell me what you thought about Gerald's Game. So that's 2 for 2. The Babysitter was good, and this movie was good. So that's 2 for 2 for Netflix. They're on the roll right now. Hopefully, we'll be able to watch more of these movies that Netflix are coming out with. Obviously, horror, of course. There's some other movies that are not horror based, but a lot of people like. I'll probably watch them as well. But I really enjoyed both The Babysitter and Netflix, and I'm pretty sure you guys will will enjoy Gerald's Game as well as The Babysitter. Well, that's my video for today. I'm pretty sure, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I thank you for watching. And if you do like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if this is your first time here, please hit that subscriber button and ring that notification bell. That way you can become part of the horror experience with me, the Horror Miser Monty G. And as always, all my social media links will be down in the description below as well. And again, I'm on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Letterboxd. I am also part of a group on Facebook called Killer Flicks, where we talk about horror all day long, all week long. And on Fridays, we have Free for All Fridays, where we basically talk about everything. Once again, my name is Lamont Smith, better known as the Horror Miser Monty G. And always remember, horror rules.